Diogene, great to have you on Altitude. You've come all the way from Heathrow to Airspace World. Tell us a little bit about your role and how you've been enjoying the show.
Thanks very much, Paul. It's a real pleasure to be here with NATS. I look after airspace, noise and air traffic management at Heathrow, so I'm one of the primary interfaces with NATS in our strategic partnership, look after our air traffic management roadmap, as well as our long-term portfolio, the things we develop and we work on with NATS to make the Heathrow operation a little bit better every day.
Fantastic. And yesterday you presented alongside NATS about the success of Intelligent Approach and most recently the pairwise deployment at Heathrow that happened in December last year, and about the value of the strategic partnership that we have together. What was the key takeaway you were trying to get across to the audience during that presentation?
So Heathrow being the busiest two-runway operation in the world means that anything that was low-hanging fruit, we went after a very long time ago. We did that with NATS. However, the incremental gains we get from something like pairwise, the effect of being able to shave a few seconds off every arrival makes a massive multiplicative effort across, the 650 arrivals a day, 240,000 arrivals per year, and all of those incremental gains do add up to benefits in efficiency, benefits in throughput, benefits in carbon savings, all of which is really key to keeping us the most efficient and the busiest two-runway operation in the world.
Fantastic. And it's now the last day of the show. What would you say has been your highlight?
I think the presentation. It's a really nice thing to be able to work on a project, see it through to completion and come here and talk about it. But all the follow-up conversations we've been able to have with the partners that were involved, with Think, with Leidos and with NATS, but also with other airports and other ANSPs that are really fascinated by the fact that we've done something bleeding edge at Heathrow. And they're very interested in the concept and they're very interested in how we got there along with NATS and our partners. So just the conversations and meeting all of these lovely people in the industry has genuinely been a wonderful experience.
Fantastic, brilliant. Thank you, Diogene. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Paul.
Chris, thank you for joining us on Altitude. You've been here all week at Airspace World, talking to customers and demonstrating the NATS master control room to them. Tell us a little bit about what you've got here and what makes it so special.
Sure. What we've got here is a representation of integrated traffic management. We've got beyond visual line of sight drone technology, we've got eVTOL operations and remote vertiport operations, all of the foundation building blocks that make up a master control room.
And this is essentially about helping BVLOS drone operators, eVTOL operators to get flying, is that right?
Absolutely. What we are really keen on focusing on is integrated traffic management and how we accommodate scaled operations. That's going to be key to commercialization and our long-term sort of stance in this market. So that's what we've tried to represent here.
And we've got some partners working with us through this project. Tell us a bit about them.
Yeah, sure. We've got Eve, who have presented their Vector suite, looking at PSU services required to enable vertiport operations and mission management. We've got Altitude Angel, who are looking at beyond visual line of sight technology, low-level surveillance capability, and how we present digital flight authorizations for all operators.
You've been talking to customers all week. What's been your highlight so far of the show?
Yeah, it's been really interesting. Last year was all about volume customers coming through the stand. This year, it's more about quality conversations. We've been able to showcase some of our live technology deployments. We've got digital flight authorizations live in Aberdeen and Southampton, and it's been really great to show some of our visitors what that looks like and really showcase that this is happening now. It's all about tomorrow and volume and scale, but it's been exciting to show what we've got now.
So things are getting real.
They are, yeah, it really is real. And we just need to think about the future, be ready to accommodate these volume users, but it's really exciting.
Fantastic. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Moodie, hi, welcome to Altitude. How are you enjoying Airspace World?
So far, it's been fantastic. It's, didn't really know what to expect given first year in Lisbon, but I think it's exceeded all of our expectations. Everybody that we expected to be here was here. The city's been fantastic. It's been really good for us.
And those conversations you've been having with customers, how do you feel? How have those differed from sort of conversations you've been having in years past? What is it that people are asking? What are they looking for now?
We started the show, the Leadership Summit, on Monday night, where people were talking a lot about data sharing, which is perfect for us. It kind of set the stage because we launched our Chorus data platform during the show, and that's all about data sharing. It's all about supporting aviation ecosystems. So it really helped that they made that introduction for us. It made it really, really easy for us to talk about Chorus.
And digital integration and convergence, that's definitely seems to be a theme that you see running through the show. I saw a panel where we were talking about your amazing Hong Kong project. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's amazing that people are actually using that term. I remember when we were using the term digital tower a few years ago, and we tried to separate ourselves from remote towers. And next thing we knew, the entire industry was using the term digital tower. Convergence is very similar. We started using convergence a few years ago when we saw that intersection of airports, air traffic control, even airlines coming in wanting to leverage data from their ecosystem. And so now that we're hearing that term convergence more and more, it's exactly in line with what we set out to do a few years ago. So it's really, really validating.
And it's day 3 of the show. What's been your highlight?
That's a really hard one. I can't say one. I will say, coming into the show, our calendars for the full Tuesday and Wednesday completely full, and for the first time ever, we didn't have a single meeting that wasn't here. I don't know if it's because it's a new venue, if it's because people just especially love Lisbon, or CANSO's just done a great job, but it's been fantastic. I mean, I think the highlight really is it's always reconnecting. We get to see certain people once a year. It's reconnecting. Seeing what's new out there. But for me, it's just always about reconnecting with the people.
Moodie, fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
Rupert from Altitude Angel, thank you very much for joining us on Altitude, and welcome to Airspace World. Have you enjoyed the show?
It's been fantastic. We're 10 years old this year, so we're celebrating our birthday, and it's been really interesting to reflect on the conversations that we've been having with our customers and people at Airspace World over those 10 years. They've become deeper conversations. There's much greater knowledge about drones and much more enthusiasm about integrating them into the airspace.
And what's been the key thing that you've been trying to get out of the show? What's the thing that you've been showcasing and that you've been keen that people would take away?
Really to show people the breadth and depth our products provide in integrating drones into the airspace, from enabling people to airports and ANSPs to accept approvals from drone operators to fly safely in their airspace, through to providing support for drone flights through that safe flight.
And over the 10 years Altitude Angel has been operating, what's the big change you've seen in that time? What are people asking? What are people looking for now that they weren't looking for 10 years ago?
Interesting. I think 10 years ago, quite a lot of the conversations about drones was about keeping drones out of airspace. So it was very anti-drone. The conversation is much more about integration these days, and safe integration. That's very, very important, and that's exactly what our products help to provide.
Rupert, thank you very much for joining us on Altitude. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, my pleasure.